Hey, how you doing? Good morning. Good afternoon, rather. Welcome to another time here in on the book club. We got to do this 2 p.m. West African time every Sunday. Uh, Thanks for coming. Thanks for making it. We got to read a book, learn from the book, share experience from the book. Got to do life together from the book, and become better persons. That's all we got to do here. That's why we set this up. And I hope it's touching you. I hope it's helping you in one way or the other, one form or the other. That's why I do it. It is helping me as a person. I can see that I'm becoming a better person every time I got to do this. So that's why I do it. I do it because I get blessed. So I can only hope someone out there is also getting blessed, just like I am getting blessed. So welcome. Welcome to another time here. Welcome to another time at the book club with me, the Saint, right? The Saint. That's the name that I stuck. When I got that name, I gave myself that name. It was just a joke. It started like a joke, right? But today it's stuck. That's what I'm known by. So welcome to another time here with me. We're presently reading our hate book, right? The Gold Mine Effect. That's what we're reading right now. It's an eight book since we started doing this back February 2021. So February 21st, I believe, to February 21st, we're going to be 4 years doing this. In 4 years, we have read eight books. This is our eighth book in 4 years of doing this. So maybe we approximates to about two books by year, and we take the time it takes to get it done. We don't rush it. We'll take our time to digest the book, learn from the book, and just learn from the book and become better by it. Well, every book we take, we soak it in. We soak it in. We're not counting the number of books. We're just checking the life that is saved, the life that is made better, the life that is refreshed, the life that is safe from destruction, the life that is become richer, prosperous, the life that is actualized, becoming, the better and the highest expression of all that life is. That's what we'll measure by. It's not the number of books. It's not how much time we spend on each book, right? It's just that we get blessed. That's all we gotta do. So thank you, Ken. Thank you. Thanks for coming along. Today we're gonna go on to chapter 4 of the book. And the title of chapter 4 is We're All Quitters. It's just talking about the need to have belief. Belief is a power of our life. Belief is our power of our life that causes us to go to the highest level. Is the belief is what causes us to actualize. Belief is what causes us to cut out a niche for ourselves. Belief is what causes us to be able to give the highest service. And when we give the highest service, we're able to get the highest reward back. You know, that's what we're going to be sharing, today as we go through chapter 4 of our book. So I'm going to bring up my slide here and we're going to have a structured time to our time together. Alrighty, so that's what we do, chapter 4. And the quote that pretty much runs through the book is a quote by Pavel Nomi, who is an athlete that one of those athletes that excelled in the Olympics and won the highest gold medals, through the Olympics. And he says, mind is everything. Your mind is everything. That's powerful. Right now, this month, I'm listening on L Nightingale, one of my mentors. That's the person I'm listening to through this month on YouTube as I go do exercise, and the free times I have to listen to YouTube, I get to listen to Hell Nightingale, and one of those pivotal things, Nightingale shares, this main core of his message is the strangest secret, how that a person can change his life by his thought. by our thought, we can change our life. We can change our lives from good to better to best. The same way we can change our life from best to better to good to worse. It's all about our mind. Our mind plays a trick on us. Where who we are by our mind, right? Unlike animals, lower animals, and plants, every other one of them will grow to the extent, the limit of which God, nature has set them to. They don't choose themselves whether they're going to be this or that. They grow by instinct. There's a difference for we human beings, because God has not just created us as mere animals. He has given us a mind. He has given us a part of himself. He has given us a leverage. He has given us the distinguishing mind, the attribute of a God. He has made us gods in this life, and we become gods in this life by reason of our mind. It's our leverage point. Is that part of us which will conquer the world. We're even going to conquer the moon. We're going to conquer the sun. We're going to conquer Mars. There's no other attribute inside of us but the mind. That is a God attribute in us that causes us to conquer, right? Unfortunately, in places, people are discouraged from using their mind. So because people want to control them, they want to keep them as slaves. Anyone that discourages you from using your mind that person does not love you. That person wants to bewitch you, wants to hypnotize you, wants to witchcraft you. That person wants to keep you under. That person does not want you to attain. That person does not want you to actualize. Because without your mind, you cannot grow to the highest expression of all God has made you to be. You're only going to get there by your mind. You're going to need to actually activate your mind. You're going to need to use your mind if you're going to become the best, the masterpiece that God has made you to be. Your mind calls your functionality. Your mind awakens that giant on the inside of you to come to the party, to work for you, to war for you. Right? It's the mind, not your body, not your spirit. It's your mind. That's what God has given to us to conquer in this life. And if you don't use it, you're not gonna conquer. You're gonna be underprivileged. You're gonna be a slave. You break from slavery by your mind. In scripture, the Bible, Isaac was talking to Jacob. He was talking to Ishmael. What's his name? His brother, Esau. So yeah. Jacob is taking the blessing. But there's one more thing that you have. It's called your mind. Whenever you are tired of oppression, you can break free. You can break free from the chains that are holding you. If you can use your mind, you can use your leverage position, your God-given gift. That can still help you. It's the gift of the Father. It's the God nature on the inside of us for creation, for deliverance. Is bigger and better than any star. Anybody can be deceiving you, is holding you down. You are a prisoner by your mind. You are liberated by your mind. It's up to you to use it, to activate it, right? So mind is everything. Mind is the muscle, the piece of rubber, right? All that I am because of my mind. All that you have because of your mind. You are rich, poor, whatever it is, because you chose to, because that's the way you see yourself, right? Whatever it is you put in your mind, the way you see yourself, you are going to become that person. Your life follows your belief. It follows the story you have in your mind concerning yourself. If you see yourself that you can never be rich, you can never be rich. I don't care any anointing or any prayer that gets on you, because your life will follow the story in your mind. Your life will follow the belief in your mind. If you believe that you are rich, you will become rich, because your life will follow the belief, the story of your mind, right? Our mind is everything. Our mind is what differentiates us from all other creations. It's the God nature in us. There's a God nature in us to create. There's a God nature in us to pull the invisible into the visible realm. If you know how to use your mind, you don't need any other thing. You don't need money to become rich. You just need your mind. You just need your mind. If you use your mind well, you will actualize. You'll be unlimited. You'll be unresistible. You'll be unstoppable. Right? Our mind is everything. Our mind is what makes us. Our mind is what makes us. It's up to us to ensure that we use our mind. It will open doors for us. It goes on. The recipe for any top performer always contains a large dash of self-belief. If you don't believe in yourself, you can't go far. And I know that from experience. I grew up a shy person. I grew up someone that's always conscious about myself. What are people thinking about me? Oh, I'm too short. I'm not tall enough. There's one time I used to walk around raising my shoulder up because I just felt I was not tall enough. So I walked about almost like raising my shoulder up, trying to get that feeling of height. And that plagued me for years. Because in my mind, somehow I wasn't tall enough, and being tall was important. I was limited by my mind. I was imprisoned by my mind. I have not gained any more height, but I don't do that anymore because I'm satisfied with who I am. I have accepted myself for who I am, for how tall I am. Height is not the most important thing in my life. There are bigger things in my life. I am not limited by that. Your mind can hold you prisoner or not. The people that can talk in public because you're just too conscious of what people would say. How will I start? How will I continue? How will I finish? When I come before you, I could be imprisoned by that also. I used to be as a shy person. I could be thinking about how do I start? Are people listening to me? If anybody comes, will they understand me? Am I speaking the right English? Am I pronouncing the words well? Am I gesticulating, not gesticulating? Am I too mobile? So you're a prisoner of your mind, right? You gotta believe in yourself. When you believe in yourself, then you begin to express who you are. It's not about the people. It's about your burning. That's what I do when I come here. I just come and be a teacher. I just come and be me and express myself. And those that listen up catch something. And that's it. I'm not here. I'm not an entertainer. I'm not here to entertain anybody. I'm not here to impress anybody. I'm just here to be me because I know me can be a blessing to somebody. It might not be a blessing to everybody, but to somebody out there, me can be a blessing because I'm a human just like everyone out there. And I've passed through life. I've seen failures, I've seen success. And I can tell someone who has not yet passed through the roads I passed, how I passed through it. I can teach from my pilgrimage someone that's yet to face the things I have faced and can learn and be benefited by that which I have benefited from. I can change a life. I can change a life. That's why I can. Just to express myself, just to burn, just to open that person is out there who needs to hear one word or the other that can turn his or her life around, can make his or her life better, better. So I come here to be a blessing. I'm not here to gain popularity. I'm just here to be a blessing. Basically, I gotta believe in myself to be able to do that. And I get better at these every time. Self-belief also comes from practice. Because it's not just a belief, you gotta deliver the goods. Your practice helps your belief also. Yes, you're good. Once you practice, you get better. You make some mistakes sometimes, you correct it, you get better. You keep on tweaking it and getting better at it. Self-belief is not saying that it should be mediocrity. You can get better, get better. The more you do it, the better you get at it. Right? So the ability to instill belief both in yourself and in others is crucial for success. Because if people don't believe in you and believe in your organization, they will not put their best into it. You only put your best into something that you believe in, something that you see as a part of you, something that you believe that being a part of it will make you actualize, will make you happy, will make you arrive at your own goal. As you be a part of that, you see yourself learning, growing in that thing. Like we say, a leader, if a leader is someone that the follower gives the gifts of leadership to. He gives the gift of leadership to. A leader that forces people to follow him or her it's not a leader, it's a boss. It's a tyrant. It's not a leader. A leader would not force people to follow him. A leader just becomes him or herself, and people choose to tie to him or herself because they see something inside of him is feeding them. Something inside of her is feeding them. They see their vision being fulfilled in that person. They see that person taking them to a land that they want to go to. They see that person going to a place they want to go to. They see something about that person that they want in their own life also. So they give that person the gift of followership. They believe in that person. They tie their destiny to that person. That's the power of belief. And when you believe, then you can give your best to make that person a success and make the we a success also. So that's important for me as I run a business also. This weekend I was out at my farm to see my workers. And all I could do is just instill in them believe. Believe in me, believe in the company, believe in what we're how to do, and see themselves a part of it. That's what it means for me to spend time with them. I might not say it in those words, but every step that I take, every word that I say is geared towards achieving that. Because that's the only way we're gonna succeed. It determines the foundation of a company, right? So one of the words that was put together in 1977 by Bandura, for belief that helps people to succeed is the word self-efficacy. Is a belief that you can do what you need to do to achieve your goal. It's close to the word self-confidence, but they're not exactly the same. Self-confidence is just being confident in yourself. It's not tied to a goal. Just being confident in yourself. That's self-confidence. But when it's tied to you achieving something, it's called self-efficacy. It's the belief that you can do something, believe that you can run a company, believe that you can do a task, believe that you can do a task and do it well. That's what there's the word self-efficacy, right? And we need that to be able to actualize in life. You have to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, you will not be able to make the best of your career or whatsoever it is that you put your hand to do, right? Because that's what causes everything in your life, everything in your being to wake up. Is what awakens a giant in you to face the task that is before you. So self-efficacy reflects confidence in the ability to exert control over one's motivation, behavior, and social environment. Right, you're able to motivate yourself. You're able to direct your behavior. You're able to direct your time management, all to achieve the goal that you have set before you. You know, and that's critical if you're going to make success in life, right? So the opposite of all of this is the word doubt. If you doubt, then you'll be sluggish. You'll be second guessing yourself in everything that you do, right? And I used to have an employee like that, who everything we want to do is always thinking about how it cannot be done rather than how it can be done. And MAPI is no more working with us, right? You don't want such people in your team, right? You want people that can be, you want believers in your team. You want people that will stretch themselves to get it done. Not people that are always thinking about how it cannot be done, who are a drag to your forward movement, right? So doubt is a poison. Doubt will keep you backwards, right? We're building a company here. We're building If I'm here, there's a lot of money going into it. Right. The only way I can spend all that money and take the risk is because I believe in where we're going. I see a light at the end of a tunnel. That is what I'm pushing towards. We did a casting this weekend and kind of cleared all my balance accounts, But I'm able to go look for more money to continue the work because I believe in where we're going. I believe in the light I see at the end of a tunnel. That's what keeps us going, and I have to sell that belief to everyone that walks with me also. That's how we can all just keep on pushing, to achieve our end. So one of the reasons for failure is doubt of our own abilities, right? Doubt of our own abilities. First of all, there's a doubt of what you're trying to achieve. There's also a doubt of your abilities, which is the opposite of what we just spoke about, self-efficacy, right? If you doubt your ability, you'll be helpless. You will not be able to try. You will not be able to extend yourself. You will not be able to stretch yourself, right? You don't have to be the best at doing what you want to do when you start, but you have to start to become better, right? You have to start to become better and better, 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 better until you're so good at it, right? When I would talk about farming for me here, I didn't know anything about farming. I was zero in farming when we started this some 4 years ago, right? But today I know a whole lot. I know a whole lot that I can direct the people that work for me, right, on what to do. Today I have a staff strength of 17 people, you know, and I have to give directions every weekend. I'm not yet a guru per se. I'm still learning, but I know enough to be able to direct because I have the vision for what we do. I'm not the expert. I have experts that work for me, and I don't necessarily override their decisions. But together, I seized from them and put it together in our strategic plan to move us forward, But I believe that I could learn. I believe that we could do something out of this. I did know management process. I didn't know about farming. I knew management process. My knowledge of management process will put together with the farming, and together we're moving things on, and I'm getting better at it. But I had to believe I could do it for me to stretch to learn it. Right? Don't be a doubter. Don't be too quick to be negative about things that people are so negative. Anything they say, they're always looking for the negative side. Oh, it cannot be done. It cannot be done. Don't be such a person. You're not going to move forward in life. You're going to cut short that which God has to do for you and in you. Believe you can do it. Believe if you can't do that, you can learn to do it. If it's something you need to grow in life, if it's something that will make your life better, learn. Learn. Stretch yourself to learn. Don't be a lazy person. Don't be a beggar. Don't be a beggar. You can walk yourself to the table. You can walk yourself to the top. Learn. Learn. Exert yourself. Bring yourself to the party, you know, and work for the money that you need, the money that you want. Don't be given to begging. You can get the same money by exerting yourself, right? So believe in yourself, believe in your abilities, and it will change your life, right? If you want to foster self-belief, it's critical to realize that a human mind doesn't respond as well to information and facts as it does to stories and image, right? What helps us to believe is the picture we'll see of tomorrow, the picture we'll see of the future, like we typically would say about Jesus. The Bible says that because of the light he saw, the joy he saw, right? He was able to go through the pain. He went through the pain because of the joy he saw. He saw what he's going through here would give to him. So he was motivated to go through the pain to get the joy, right? So it helps. It's not just the words, but it helps to be able to see the picture of a place called there. Abraham went through everything he went through because he was looking for a city whose maker and builder is God. He was looking for a city with sure foundation built by God, right? And that helped him to push, to persevere, against all the oppositions to get to where he's getting to, right? Again, we'll say that all things are created twice. First in our mind and second in reality. When you draw a picture of what you want to get to, it helps you to be, that picture drives you, right? Like we did do the casting of the first of our bed houses in our poultry this weekend. But I've planned the whole poultry, right? So everything that we do is following that map that that plan we already have. You know, that picture of the poultry that I see is able to help me go through the trouble of getting money to bring it into a reality. That picture helps, you know, to overcome the pain, the struggles, you know, the getting of money and all of that to get the hand that we're looking for. And it's not just building a poultry. We're looking at what money we can get from building a poultry, you know, what that can do to our company, to our farm, you know. So the picture typically helps you, you know, to be able to push towards achieving the end, the purpose that you want to achieve. That's important, right? So it's not just mere words, but being able to see a picture. A picture is worth 1,000, 1,000,000 words, and that drives you. It drives you to the end that you're trying to achieve. So don't start with knowledge. Start with desire and imagination. Then knowledge will come. See, imagine where you're going to. Imagine all the other shores that you can go to. Because if you can't see the other shores, you won't set away from your comfortable shore, right? You always stay in the shore you are used to, unless you have a vision, an imagination of other shores that you can go discover. Then that would motivate you. That would drive you to leave your comfortable zone to go discover those other shores that you can conquer, you can discover, you can add to the places you've been. You can add the treasures of those places to what you already have, and it makes you more, right? So start with don't start with knowledge, start with desire. You know, desire, you know, start with imagination. What are you desiring for? What are you looking to add to what you already have to make you better? You know, when you have a desire for it, when you can see it, it's easier to press towards it, you know. Oh, I believe that's my brother, Ernest. God bless you, sir. Good afternoon. Um, so if you want to discover new oceans, you must first have a courage to leave the shore, right? And that courage comes from a desire. It comes from also having an imagination of where it is that you're going. Albert Einstein famously would say, knowledge is limited, but imagination is not limited. It goes all around the whole world. With your imagination, whatever you can imagine and bring things into existence. Imagination is what we use to draw things from the invisible realm into the visible realm. Right. That's why we say imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited, it's already been seen, but you can make what is seen better by imagining something better than what is already in existence. You can press and extend, you know, the ability of human creativity by your imagination, right? So, and that's what we need for high performance, you know, where if you just stay with knowledge, then you won't press for what is already in existence. People achieve more, you know, by imagining something better. You know, last month I was listening to Les Brown, and he was talking about how people were able to increase the height they could jump, you know, at competitions. At some point, the level in time, the maximum height that people could jump was so low because of the technique by which they were jumping. With that technique, they could not only go so high. But as people changed techniques, they could then go higher. As they changed techniques, they could go higher. At first, it was that they needed to go with two legs, but going with two legs, there's only so high you can jump. But they changed from when they went with their head, with their one leg first, second leg first. All of that, as they changed techniques, they were able to succumb greater heights, right? And that comes from imagination. As you think about it, how can I overcome this ordeal in my life? These are the things we've done so far that have not worked. What are the things that we can change that will make us overcome this part that has not been overcome so far, right? That's how people overcome. That's how people become creative. That's how people discover new things. That's how today we got into the artificial intelligence, and that's not even stopped yet. There's a continuous development. We heard the other day of Chinese people being able to do it at a much cheaper cost than the Americans are doing it. That's opened a new realm. People just same way, with personal computers, it used to be a mainframe. We all used to use a mainframe, big, gigantic machines. Today, I'm able to talk to you with just a small computer. We're able to use laptops. I'm able to do it over my phone, right? This used to be mainframes. I remember when I did computing in the university, we had to go use punch cards. We didn't have personal computers, to write programs on. We had to go punch cards, then go run those. We couldn't run it ourselves, give it to operator to run our cards for us. But human continue to evolve by thinking, by thinking, by thinking of a better way to do things. Right? If you can think, you can make money. Right? Don't forget again, it's not money. You don't need money to make money. You need your mind to make money. Money is made by the mind, not by money. If you can think, you can make money. If you can think, you can make money. All you have to do is think about a better way to do it than every other person is doing it, or a better way to do it than is presently being done, and money will come your way. It's not money that makes money, it's the mind that makes money, right? So the greatest achievement was at first for a time, for a dream. You can dream. You can dream of a future. You can dream of a future where your needs will be met. You can dream of a future where your wants will be met. You can be dream of a future where you will have more than enough. You can dream of a future where you'll be doing something no other person is doing, and then begin to bring it to pass. Right? The hawk sleeps in the acorn. The bird waits in the egg, and in the highest vision of the soul, a waking angel stares. Dreams are the seedlings of reality. Dream a dream, begin to bring it to pass by applying yourself. There's a poem here, that probably exemplifies a bit of what we've been talking about. It says, I bargained with life for a penny, and life would pay no more, because that's what I bargained for. However, I begged that evening when I counted my scanty store. However, I begged that evening, life would just pay what we bargained for. And that is a story we see also in the Bible. The Bible talks about the owner of the farm went in the morning to bargain with the workers. They agreed on a certain amount, and that's what he paid. But finally, he went in and just told some people, just come and work, I'll pay you whatever I feel I will. And he gave them about the same amount. But he says it's what you bargain for that you get out of life, right? If you The last people bargain on the sincerity, the benevolence, the generosity of the farmer, and they got that. Life will give you what you bargain for. Life will not give you what you wish for. Life will give you what you bargain for. Life will give you what you desire, what you believe for, what you apply yourself for, what you begin to become for, what your person is calling for. Life will give you who you are, because life is attracted. Whatever you get out of life is attracted, right? Riches is attracted, it's not pursued. Life will reward you according to who you are. Life will reward you according to the course that you are cursing. For every course, for every course, there's an equal and opposite effect. Jesus puts it this way: He says, "Give, and it shall be given unto you." And it's not going to come in the same amount, it's going to come in a bigger amount. It says, "Give, and it shall be given unto you." Pressed down, shaking together, and running over. So shall men give into your bosom, not heaven. Men give into your bosom. Give, and it shall be given unto you. And the effect of your giving will cause an inflow into your life. Right? So the second verse of that poem says, for life is a just employer. It gives you what you ask. But once you have set the wages, why you must bear the task. Right? You must bear the tax for what you have said. because what you give is what you will receive, though in a bigger amount, but to be equivalent in a sense to what you give, right? I worked for a menial's hire only to learn dismayed that any wage had asked of life, life would have willingly paid. Life will give you whatsoever wages you ask of life, right? If you, but because you ask of it by giving of yourself. When we say use the word ask, it's not just your words of mouth, it's applying yourself also. Because the world works by giving and receiving, seed time, harvest time, right? You have to sow according to what you desire of life, right? So when you're pursuing a goal, there's something reassuring in knowing there's someone who has done it before, whatever it might be. So when you see, and that's one of the principles, when you talk about self-efficacy, Bandura will tell you that there are some things that help us when we talk about it helps to increase our self-efficacy. And one of them is to have an example of someone that has done what it is that you want to do before, because that person then becomes the story that is running in your mind. It becomes the picture that is running in your mind. You're saying, if NS can do it, I can do it also. Because NS is a human being. If NS can do it, I can do it also. Right? It becomes something in the realm of my possibility of something that I can do because I've seen somebody do it. Right? And that's one of the reasons why Jesus came, right? Jesus came as a human being to show us how to live. He said God could not send an angel for us to copy after. But if a human being can live the life that God desires, it means we can live it also. That's why scriptures will tell us that he's the firstborn amongst his brethren. He came and showed us how to live so that to show to us that it is possible, so that we can walk the same footsteps that he has worked, and that's life as a whole. If you can find out somebody that was poor and became rich, it means it's possible for you. If you can find out someone that was depressed and came out of depression, it means it's possible for you. Whatever it is that you want to do, find an example of someone that has done it before and put that picture before you, and it will energize the whole of your being. It will awaken the giant within you to achieve that same thing. The story is told of a lawyer in the US. This was while he was in school. Each time he was coming back from school, he was being bullied, you know. But over the holidays, he was reading a magazine about some superhuman, superhero. And he read that magazine so much during the holidays, and he put himself in the picture of that superhero. He imagined himself being that superhero, and he became so one with all that he read, that when he came back to school, he stopped running from those bullies. He fought them to submission. Right? He was able to fight because he was no more seeing himself as small. He was no more seeing himself as disadvantaged. Right? He was able to fight against three of them because of the picture that he saw. And he delivered himself from bullying. And that helped him for the rest of his life, that he became a well-known, well-acclaimed judge. I mean, rose to being a judge. You see, but the same thing can happen for us. If whatsoever it is that we're disadvantaged in life, look at for an example, because there's someone that has been in your shoe before and came out of it and was successful. If that person can be successful, you too can be successful. That's what scripture says. Scripture tells us that we're surrounded with a host of weaknesses. Right? We're surrounded with a host of weaknesses. That's why we can give excuse in life. Whatsoever your excuse is, someone has been in your shoes and still was successful. There's no excuse why you cannot be a success, right? Because you're surrounded with a host of witnesses, and it doesn't matter. You cannot blame the economy. You cannot blame the government, for your failure, because there are people in the same economy. There are people in the same government that are succeeding, and they are succeeding the right way. They are not having to steal, right? They are succeeding. There's no reason why you cannot succeed. You just need to ask yourself, what is it that they are doing that you are not doing? Go learn from them. because they are doing something you are not doing. That's why they are succeeding. If you can learn the thing they are doing, I'm not saying go steal, I'm not saying go do anything that is unlawful, because there are people that are succeeding without stealing. There are people that are succeeding by still being lawful and obeying the law. Go find out what they are doing and do the same. Do the same. Be willing to learn. Be willing to grow. Be willing to give that time to evolve, because you can succeed. You have no excuse for failure. God has given every single one He made everything that we need to succeed in this life, not in the life to come, in this life. And all around us, we have a host of witnesses doing that. There's no reason why we can't. And we can learn from those witnesses also. When we talk about witnesses, we're not just saying that they're there. We're saying we can learn from them. We can learn from them, right? And that's why I do this also, to hopefully share a bit of my life, share my story. I'm 58 this year, so I've had a good pilgrimage through life. I've seen the ups and downs. I've been up in the mountain. I've been in the valley. I've been depressed. I've been through some good and bad. And I'm a success, right? I'm not being proud if I tell you I'm a success. I've lived a good life. And hopefully we can share some of that. If I can succeed, you can succeed also, right? Because there's nothing special about success. Just be a human and have a mind. This is the all you need to succeed in life, your mind. That's all you need to succeed in life, your mind. You don't even need anointing. You need your mind. That's all, right? So knowing that it's possible and studying how it was done will almost certainly increase the chances of you remaining committed when you know how it was done, and knowing that you can succeed. You can follow the example that you see. There are a lot of things we believe to be impossible only because we haven't seen anyone do them. We think it's not possible. We deceive ourselves. Nobody succeeded in Nigeria. Everybody is poor. That's not true. That's not true. Just drive around, just walk around. You see new supermarkets opening every day. Drive around, look around. People are still building houses. Drive around, look around. People are still buying new cars. Why can't you? And they are not, it's all of them that is stealing. I can tell you that for sure. Why not you? It's possible. You're possible. Land, right? For most people, just knowing that something really is possible makes the idea of doing it themselves seem achievable. It removes the mental block that prevents them from succeeding. My friend came to my farm. He's into poultry. He's big in poultry, but he's not been doing crop farming. He came to my farm and he saw my greenhouse, saw a vegetable farm, and he's ever continuously thanking me. Today is investing in that. He's investing in his dad. He's not just doing it in his property in Abeokuta. He's even coming in to do it in his property in Ekpe, Lagos. And he's doing good with it, all because of what he saw when he came to my farm, right? I'm building my poultry also, hoping it would help me because it's good with that, right? I'm building my poultry base. I've only been to one poultry in my life. I was in Ghana. I was supposed to visit some poultries, but it didn't work. Hopefully, I'm going to be in the UK here, and I'm going to see some more. But my poultry is designed after just one poultry I've seen. I just went there once. I put all the picture in my head, and I designed one, right? But because they are succeeding, I have no reason not to succeed. We're modeled after them. Obviously, I'm going to put some brain into it also. I'm not, because I have a mind. I can change, I can tweak, I can make better that which I saw. But then they become the foundation of what we're doing, right? So we can beat that impossibility thing once we know that other people are doing it, and they don't have two heads. They just have one head, just like you and me. If you have the same head, if you have a head, you can do the impossible. If you have a head, you can do the impossible, because that's the leverage God has given everyone that He has created to be like Him, to be a God in this life. It's your head, it's your leverage position, your ability to imagine solution, to be creative. right? It's our leverage position. For most people, just knowing that something really is possible makes the idea of doing it themselves seem achievable. It removes the mental block that prevents them from succeeding. It transforms their attitude and explodes their self-belief. But we know that someone else is doing it, it changes our attitude. We want to do it also. It helps us to believe in ourselves. I'm a passionate person. I'm not that I used to be. I'm a passionate person. What maturity has done for me is to be able to um, more control, more manage my passion. My passion has been a wild passion, in some circumstances, but the age experience is helping me to manage my passion more. I'm better able to hold myself in cases where I would have either to exploded, because I've seen that exploding has stained me with a debt that is not mine. So I'm better able to manage my passion in places where people will expect me to explode. I hold myself. I hold myself, but that's what experience does to you. That's what you see in other people who have held their passion. You see them grow. You say, why not me? Why not me? It's called emotional intelligence, the ability to manage my emotion and manage the emotion of the people I'm relating with also. You see that, and you see that people using it, and you see them grow. You see it working for them. Why not me? I can do it also for myself and get the benefit of doing it. You see, that's one area in which I've evolved, and I'm continually evolving. Our circumstances around me, where some people have just planted some things to make me look small, but because I'm able to manage my emotion, I'm able to grow above the seeming trappings of man. I'm able to grow above the circumstances that set. And instead of those circumstances, making me little, I'm able to be above that circumstance, right? And amaze those people as I see their stupidity not working, right? But it comes from maturity. It comes from using your mind. It comes from being able to curtail yourself. It comes from being able to manage yourself also. If you can't manage yourself, you can't succeed in life. If people already know what you would do in every circumstance, they can easily tempt you. They'll give you the bait, right? It's just like Trump, right? If you want him to react in one way or the other, you know what to do. He doesn't know how to control his mouth, So if you're known for things like that, people will give you the bait, right? But but you're human. You're not a fish. You should be able to think. You should be able to know when it's a bait, and be able to hold back. Because take swallowing it. There's a hook behind the bait that's going to hold you captive, right? We're not mere animals. We're human beings. We're made in the image and likeness of God for a reason. Let's leave that reason, right? So the brain, not the body, as was previously believed, is a primary organ that dictates how fast, how long, how hard humans can exercise. It's our brain, it's our mind, right? It's not our body. The limit of our life is not our body, it's our brain. Even when you're running, there's something called the second wind, the third wind. When you're seemingly at the limit of what your body can take, if you go a bit more, you'll find what we call the second wind, and all the pain goes away. And those that do this and do marathon races also find what we call the third wind. I found the second wind before. I know what it is like to find the second wind. I probably never gone as fast to find the third wind. I don't do marathons, but it's the brain. Sometimes you feel you can't go further. It's because the brain is trying to protect you. Doesn't mean it's reality. So you need to understand your brain, understand that most things your brain is telling you is perception, is interpretation of things, and you let that work for you, not against you. The main reason that people or organization for that matter do not achieve the success they desire is usually the story they tell themselves about why it cannot be done. If you believe that something cannot be done, you're correct. If you believe it can be done, you're correct. Life will respond to what you believe. right? Life will respond to what you believe. It's up to you, right? So if you believe, your belief will control your life, but you are the one that believes it. Not It's not reality. None of us sees reality, right? And most of the things we see is our interpretation of reality. Reality is what it is, but none of us ever sees reality because our brain is always interpreting for us. You're looking at me here on screen or wherever you see me, and you see me upright. But in reality, when your eyes see me, it sees me upside down. It's your brain that's correcting the vision to tell you that I'm upright. You see, your brain is interpreting reality, right? So that's why you need to understand your brain, understand who you are. That's why we do this talk to help ourselves. So you're not a prisoner to your perception. You can go beyond what your perception is telling you by what you believe. What you see, your perception is controlled by your belief, right? And your belief can change. Your belief is your present bottleneck, but you don't have to be a prisoner. Your present belief, if it's limiting you, don't stay with the belief that's limiting you. Learn and get a belief that motivates you, that empowers you, right? Don't stay in a place where people are talking about things that keep you under. You can God did not create you so. God created you enabled, empowered, right? When people try to keep you under so you can be their slave, they're using witchcraft on you, right? Liberate yourself, save yourself from what we call mental slavery, right? Because God has made you in his image and likeness. He has not made you someone that cannot achieve. He has made you someone that can achieve, someone that can do things. The Bible says that with God, all things are possible. With he that believes, all things are possible, right? With God, all things are possible. There's nothing impossible. To you also, all things are possible, but you are least limited by your belief. Do you believe God? Do you believe yourself? Do you believe in his endowment in your life? Do you believe that you can break barriers? That determines your life, right? All right. So we're educating people out of so we need to be careful when we educate people, not to limit them, not to limit them, not to tell them things that constrain them, but tell them things that open doors to them. Right? Let's not be negative, as we share with people. Let's share with people things that can open them up, cause them and help them to self-actualize, not be limited, you know but to believe God, to believe great things of themselves, right? That's important, right? The words we speak to ourselves are important. Again, if you believe you can do it, you're correct. If you believe you can do it, you're correct. It's your choice. It's your life. You wear the shoe and you will feel the pinch. You can choose rightly. Any organization or culture that wants to attain new heights and set new standards must foster and stimulate, things that will not limit their people, give them that impression that things are possible. Again, I said earlier on, I used to have one of my employees, who always talked about how things cannot be done. About 3 years ago, I wanted to plant palm kernel. Oh, how it cannot be done. It is this. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. So it took us 2 years delay to do it, and we still did it in the same place we wanted to do it originally, right? But for 2 years, it was limitation of it cannot be done. So we lost 2 years, right? So, you know, go take risk. As long as you don't hurt yourself, take risks, try things, you will never know. We're trying to do a whole farmland, a whole greenhouse for growing apple, the imported apple. We thought we needed to do special acclimatized greenhouse to make it to grow it in the southwest. Only to see on YouTube that they're doing it in Abeokuta here in the southwest. So we're going to try it. We already bought our first 3 seedlings. We're going to buy another 10 here. We're going to try it. We're going to do an open field, you know, because there's money in it, So if it works, fine. If it doesn't work, we'll learn our lesson. We'll try something else. Take a risk. You never know the one that will work, the one that wouldn't work, right? And that's where you grow. That's where you differentiate yourself, So to achieve To achieve the extraordinary people need to the ability to believe, despite the fact and not because of them. Take risks, try things. It works fine. You become a leader in that. You can share with other people. Like I said, my friend came and saw my greenhouse. It doesn't work. You become a guide. Tell people things to stay away from. But you never know until you try, right? So high achievers really believe that in the end, they're going to win. And until they do, they keep on pushing, keep on making the phone calls, writing the letters, whatever it takes. If you want to achieve, be a high achiever, and whatever you're doing, keep pushing at it, keep pressing towards it, right? Don't give up. Keep pressing towards it, don't give up. 2008, I lost a lot of money. I went into depression 2 years. Why? But I didn't give up. I made everything back. I'm still making more. I'm pressing. 2018, I hit the brick wall again here in 2018. Was depressed for 2 years, but I didn't stay down. Came back up. This is me before you, right? So I am your example, probably one of your many examples. Don't stay down. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, right? No, don't let anybody have the last word on you. You have the last word on life. Don't let anybody have the last word on you. You have the last word on life. Keep pushing, right? Yeah, that's what you need to. That's the best revenge we say. Massive action, massive success. That's your best revenge for life. Don't let anybody shame you. Don't let anybody have the last word on you. You have the last word on life. You will always be able to find 100 reasons that something is impossible. But there will also always be at least one good reason that it is. Stay with a good reason. Stay with a good reason. Take a risk at life, because that's what high achievers do. So dreamers don't have special genes. There's nothing special about dreamers or achievers. They are not created differently from you. We're all created the same. They are simply determined and relentless in chasing those dreams. Chase your dream. Dream a dream, chase it. Dream a dream, chase it. Don't sit down there and be looking for someone to go beg, someone to go trouble. You can walk your way to the table also. You too can be someone that gives. You don't have to be a beggar, right? But you won't get to the table unless you dream a dream and pursue your dream. Don't give up at it. Try your best. Learn, grow, push, right? Push, right? You will always look for that good reason and push, right? Chase after your dream. All right. I see I repeated something here. That's why I was a bit confused. All righty. So this is my last slide. I'm gonna close this. So some closing words here, just to reiterate some of the things we said already. Anyone wanting to break records and push boundaries must build a clear picture in their mind as to what they want to achieve. You must have a clear picture where you're going. Because if you don't have a clear picture where you're going, you won't get there. You won't get there. One of the examples I heard, I believe it was Hell Nightingale repeat severally as I was listening to him this last week, was the fact that when you go to the bridge of a ship and ask the captain where he's going, he will tell you. It will not be in doubt where they're going, because if it's ever in doubt where they're going, they won't get there. Because 99% of the time when he's sailing, he will not see that destination, but he knows where he's going. So he's sailing to that position. He's put it on his map, and everything is going towards that position. And he knows where he's going, even though he's not seeing it 99% of the time of that journey. If you don't know where you're going, you are going nowhere. If you don't know where you want to be by December 31st of 2025, you won't get there. You must set a goal for yourself. Dream a dream. Where do you want to be at the end of this year? Because when you do that, everything about you will begin to align to push you towards it. Right? So dream a dream and begin to walk your way towards it. Believe it's not about being right. It's about winning. It's about winning. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have all the ducks in a row. Just do your best. Set out to where you want to set to, and do your best towards getting there. You might not even get to your goal, but guess what? You'll be much better than where you are. You can shoot for the stars and eat the moon. Don't be one that's shooting low and eating the ground or eating it. Shoot for the stars. If you miss the stars, you might get the moon, but you are better than where you are, right? Any organization wishing to deliver high performance must nurture its ability to think, to think, think on unrealistic large scale and stimulate its naivety about what is possible. Be a child, dream, believe it's possible, believe in God, believe in a power that's bigger than you. Dream something that is bigger than you, something that would need you to stretch to get it. Let your dream not be limited by what you already know about yourself. Dream about something that is bigger than you, that will take God, it will take the power that is bigger than you to accomplish. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Dream of something that's bigger than you. That's how to make it in life. Thank you. Thanks, Ernest. Thanks for coming along. Thanks, those of you out there on my blog site. Thank you for coming. Thank you for those on YouTube. Thank you for those that will listen to this on Facebook. Thanks to everyone on Instagram Live. Thank you, Ernest. God bless you all. Thanks for spending this time with me. I'm going to be back here next week on Sunday, 2 p.m. West African time again, and we'll do chapter 5 of our book, The Gold Mine Effect, Crack the Secret of High Performance by Rasmus Ankersen. That's what we're going through here. So we're here, finish chapter 4 today. We'll do chapter 5 next week. There are a total of 8 chapters here. So we'll finish the 8th chapter, do a summary, that will go to our ninth book. There are 2 books presently competing to be the next book we'll read after this one. One is The Confident Effect, which I'm reading right now. It's a powerful one. I love it. And there's another one on mindsets. Between the 2 books, we're going to pick one to read next after we're done with this one. Right? But we'll wait for that. Let's finish this one first of all. All right. Thanks for coming along. God bless you all. Shalom. Have a great week. Go out there and do something ridiculous. Go do something special. Go to do something that will make you happy. Get the success you deserve. And even the one you don't deserve also, who cares? Just succeed. God bless you. Bye-bye.